Ephesus Honeys was wearing Sassoons, now it's 95, and they watch me and clock me dying and shining. Oh, hey. Holy cow.
Good evening, Beth Fairbanks. Hey, it is Sunday night. We're right at 7, man.
Man, that's pretty good for us.
Yeah, I'm John Pope.
I'm Ryan White.
You watching the Chain Gang?
Yeah.
You don't point anymore. I need you. I like
Chain
it.
Gang.
Chain Gang.
Chain Gang.
We have with us special guest host.
Yeah.
Patrick Comito.
Now, I want to just start off the show.
By rapping?
Yeah. Now, Patrick, when I came in, I was a little late. I usually am. But you made a comment to me about a certain hairstyle, and I want you to let the people know what you're going to do to your hair.
I said I wouldn't mind having a haircut like his.
That's exactly what he said. Patrick Comito is going to shave his head bald.
I never said that, but it was a fun thought. It was a good idea.
My mother-in-law's watching. Hi, Debbie Lewis. Thank you for watching.
Great.
I love it. I mean, if you could get him to commit right now,
oh man,
we could do a whole
you know what
fundraiser.
Hold up. We could shave his head, put it in a wig, and then I could wear it.
I would.
Oh man.
Do you agree to this?
I mean, I have been thinking about buzzing my hair just to see what it looks like.
Yes, and we could do it for a good cause, like donate the money for. How much would you be willing to give for Patty to shave his head into a wig that I could wear on the show?
Dude, but you got to
and send it in.
You got to wear it for at least 6 months to a year.
No problem. On the show.
On the show.
Yeah, I got
Every
it.
time you're
I
there.
will do that. And
it's
then
for a
let's
good
send the
cause.
money to like St. Jude's or Children's Miracle Network or something like
Or
that.
something. Even something local, like
We'll
like
do something
whatever.
local. Let's do it.
But
I'm in.
I love it.
I got no problem.
We got to get this guy to agree.
I'd have to think on that one a little bit.
But that is a great idea.
I have them from time
Yeah.
to time, John.
You can grow it out again.
Yeah, I've had people offer me like, I'll give you $20 if you shave your hair. Like, it's been something for a while.
I think we raise a ton of money if you shave your head and Ryan wears it every show.
I think we could do a lot of good.
I think we need to put that out and plug it.
Hey,
not
like
a
and share our
half bad idea.
page so we can get it out amongst everybody and see if anybody's willing to give, a couple bucks, $5 for Patty to shave it down. We'll do a special show. We'll go live somewhere.
Yeah.
And do it right there.
I love it. How's you guys this week?
My week's been
busy.
good.
Go, Patrick.
Well, let's see. Started off at school. Nothing crazy. Do we have any basketball games this week? I don't even remember.
Oh, yeah.
Who have we played last week?
Bolivar and
We played
Hillcrest.
Hillcrest.
That's
Yeah,
right.
we played. The Hillcrest game was actually pretty fun. That was our last home game.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah,
It was a
JJ
great
got
game.
a pretty big dunk on one of their players.
Well, that was probably
can't
one of the
dunk.
greatest plays I've ever seen in high school.
He can't dunk.
I'm surprised he didn't get teed up.
Well, I thought they were talking. They turned around because I asked Steven, I said, what are they talking to him about? Because it was me, Steven, and Rich calling the game that night. I think they were kind of maybe warning him not to do that again or something, but it was great. I'd say JJ do it again, but Coach Shaver may not agree with me.
He told me the ref told him to, like, calm down. I can give you a tee right now because he was screaming and slapping the top of his head.
Yeah, I loved it.
Showing emotion and playing with passion. Let's technical foul a guy for that. That sounds smart.
Yeah.
It's usually how it goes around here.
Jeez.
No, we'll talk some high school sports here in just a second. I gotta bring this up because I am not. And don't you guys out there don't knock me. I am not a NASCAR fan.
No kidding. I would have never guessed that.
No, I mean, it's not that it's just it's okay. I mean,
They drive fast and turn left.
yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Okay, so we went out, Alicia and I went to the Monette Motor Speedway.
Oh yeah,
this
you get
summer.
dirt rocks thrown at you out there.
It was exciting. We had a guy crash right in front of us, and the car blew up. Now, luckily, he was fine, or it wouldn't have been a great story. But today I watched Daytona, and it is way more technical, just like any sport. It's way more technical than you think, just getting in there and driving laps. Like there's all this aerodynamics, and you're teaming up and getting pushed. My point that's exciting to it is they're driving 200 miles an hour inches from each other's bumper.
Yeah,
I can't even drive 60 miles an hour 5
true.
feet from somebody without almost hitting
that's
them.
true. That's a really good point, John.
right.
We all know you're a bad driver. It's okay.
I'm a great driver, but
Yeah, so I heard a driver make this comment. I never even really thought about it, but he's like, it's basically like playing chess for 5 hours, going 200 miles an hour in
Yeah.
a car. Kind of like you're talking, the strategy of getting here and get in this lane and draft this. It's crazy.
Yeah, do you watch it ever?
Yeah, I mean, I think I see it more as like a team sport because
It
you have
is.
all those people at the pit stop, and it's just fast. Like pit stops take what, like 5 seconds, if that.
You know who owned one of the cars today? Michael Jordan.
Of course, he did.
Yeah, and at one point there was another Dotery, I think is his last name. I don't know him as well. I remember him. He's an older player, or was older and played probably back in the Michael Jordan era. They were 1 and 2, so you had 2 NBA stars that owned the first 2 cars. Now neither one of them I think won, but man, those wrecks and stuff, and how those drivers are maintaining. Mm-hmm. If you're a NASCAR fan, let us know. I'd love to know more about the sport. I think I'm actually going to start watching a little more.
I am not.
Well,
ever.
I say that, and then when it comes on, I may or not. But today was awesome. It was a great race. We had it on the background a little bit.
Who won?
Cindric is his name.
Sure.
Yeah, it was his 8th race. But it was Kyle Busch and
Richard Petty didn't win.
He was there. But him and
he's
Bubba
like 100,
Wallace,
isn't he?
But
yeah, he's like 100.
You go back to Daytona, though. I mean, Daytona is such a historical race because if you think back to when, who's the famous does the Budweiser commercials? No, he died in the Earnhardt. Oh, I can't hear. I've got headphones on. Earnhardt died, and I think the next year his son come out and won it. Mm. And I remember watching that race, and I don't care who you are, that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. So, plus Earnhardt was just kind of a cool dude anyway. So, hey, before we move on, I want to thank a few of our sponsors here. We got Kaiser Chiropractic.
I could use him right now.
Well, make an appointment and go see him. We got Kaiser Chiropractic, post-game pizza, which we are getting, I believe, right after here. Lisha's going to run over there and get us some pizza.
You're getting us some pizza? Us, as in us?
Might as well.
Sweet. I love it.
We'll bring Patrick over there unless
Team player.
This is great.
We have a new love over there. It's the hamburger mushroom pizza, which we always got pepperoni mushroom. It is so good, man.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Can you just call and have them delivered over here right now? So we want to thank them. Living the Dream Outdoor Properties with Seth Hagen. If you're a hunter or you're looking for ranching land or you're looking for anything along those lines, go see Seth. I look at his stuff all the time. Amazing properties. Rogersville Pharmacy, moving. Going to have a new pharmacy.
He is a really good drug dealer.
He is very good.
And I am really looking forward to his new location.
I am too.
Drive-through drugs that you can get, those are the best.
So maybe I won't put off Felicia's blood pressure medication for a month if I can just drive through there.
Exactly. Make it easy for the people.
She'll be like lightheaded and say, John, it's been a month since I had my blood pressure medication.
Got a headache and then her nose starts bleeding.
We call him, he gets a nickname, the Ninja Photographer, Green Box Photography. Came out and did homecoming the other night at the Hillcrest game. Yeah. And I'll turn around and you'll pop up and there's there's Joe.
Oh, Joe, he's great.
And then Hometown Furniture. I actually had lunch with my daughter yesterday, my oldest. She's going to be 22 here in a little bit. She's getting married and she said, Dad, can I buy a couch this summer and store it in your house? And I said, no. So to compromise, I said, we'll just buy you one in December when you're moving away.
It'd be a Christmas present.
And so I told her, I said, I'll go down and see David Henry over at Hometown Furniture this week and see when we need to order it.
I like them fancy chairs.
You got Stephanie trying to hand you gum underneath the table. It's pretty cool.
Great. Thanks, babe.
So we want to thank all our sponsors. They truly are help us bring.
They make us go.
They make us go, and they help us bring games to the community and all that stuff.
And you know what? I bet every single one of them folks would be willing to make a small donation for Patrick to shave his head.
Dude, we got to start this
wig
tonight
for me.
Like, where are you at? Like, okay, between 1% to 100, where are we? Where are
you committed?
I mean, if it's raising money, I'd say like 75%.
So if we raised $1,000, would that put you over the edge?
Oh, for sure.
Okay,
so
$1,000.
And 100%, I'd shave my head.
You're a good guy.
Hold on, for $1,000, 100%, you're shaving your head.
Yes.
And then Ryan,
I'll wear it. I'll wear it if we can get. I don't know how you get it to a wig.
But you got to make it into a wig.
But I want it like
Hold on, Stephanie knows.
But I want to wear it like Patrick wears it because he would shave the sides, right? And it would be like front to back.
I love it. I love the idea. Beth Fairbanks says, do it. I think she would probably even be in for a couple bucks.
That's what we need.
But raise $1,000 for a charity.
And we can let Patrick, let's let Patrick decide where it's going to go.
Pick the charity.
It's his head.
I mean, I think it'd have to be St. Jude's. I really like what they do.
We love them,
brother.
Yeah.
Amen.
We there's some stuff we'll tell you offline, but been very beneficial to our family members, and I don't know if we want to talk about that.
Nah,
but,
let's not
anyways,
talk about all that right
our
now.
family members,
Let's
they've
move on.
been beneficial, and that would be an amazing thing, and let's
It
get
would.
your head shaved.
This would be great.
$1,000. So, hey, we want to cover some high school sports because it was a busy week in high school sports.
Yep. Where do you want to start?
I want to start with our state teams.
Okay.
I want to start with wrestling.
So I've got them all here, but I'm going to need the help from the community on how we did. So LR sent went to the 5 guys to the Class 2 state championship up in Mizzou. We had Jacob Foster wrestling at 132. We had Griffin Swearigan wrestled at 160. Kit Farron, former guest on the show, wrestled at 145. Jackson Snyder came in at 138. And then Bo Thompson wrestled at 152. Now, like I said, I don't know how they did. Patrick, you got any insight or intel on any of that?
I know Jacob Foster placed either 6th or 5th, but other than that, 6th. Other than that, I don't know how any of other of them did.
Well, I know they all represented us well.
Oh, heck yeah. You got to be a bad dude to even make it there.
Yeah. I do know, and just because Eric Farron and I are good friends, he had texted me, said Kit had pinned his first opponent on Thursday. But I know all those guys, they could care less to talk to us at that point. They want to get in there and do their thing. But
Right.
How many people went to state last year for wrestling? I think we only had like 1 or 2.
Oh, well.
State last year.
Well, if that's the case and we send 5 this year, I think that's
Yeah.
a big improvement. It's not easy to make it to state. I mean, it really isn't. There's
No.
so many wrestlers.
in the dedication,
Yeah.
especially, we talked to Kit, and you and I both agree, and we're not trying to knock football or anything like that, but wrestling is its own dedication.
it's a grind for sure.
There's wrestling shape, and there's,
Then there's, everything else below it.
so let's see.
Wrestling sounds fun until you're like in a 90-degree room with a sweater and sweatpants on.
Yeah, and someone's trying to take your head off
Exactly.
constantly. And that's what I've tried to tell, our oldest son, he wrestles. And, some of the kids in his grade, give him a hard time saying it's, well, I'm not going to say what it is, but
It's unique.
my point, what I tell him is, well, that's fine. They can think that, but until they're actually out there and they're doing it, they will not think that because it's like a fight. Like you're in a fight.
It takes its own type of like discipline, and it benefits with other sports. Like people who wrestle are really good at football.
That's right.
You heard it from a guy.
Transitions well, right?
Very
Oh,
well.
yeah, tackling especially.
Like last year, Riley Williams, like
Oh, man.
He was my favorite player to watch. No offense.
nobody's
Because-
knees were safe around Riley Williams.
He would tackle you no matter how big you were.
And
He
what's
didn't care.
funny about him and not knocking him, he's not the biggest dude out there, but he hits you like he's, 6'4", 380,
Well, that's a big guy, John.
That is a really, I guess that would be really.
Are there any players that play?
Yeah, Refrigerator Perry.
Okay.
Yeah, he hits you like Refrigerator Perry is, I guess, what I was trying to say. So,
Wow. Yeah. So, great job to our boys, and I don't know if any gals went up there to the state, but congratulations! Thanks for going up and representing your school and representing yourself and your community. And if anybody's got any insight on any of the other guys, I'd love to know.
yeah,
Even if they didn't play, it's just an accomplishment to make it there.
yeah, and I think the community needs to, at some point, and they have. I've seen that picture of our wrestlers posted on different sites, but I hope through our show and our efforts and everything, these kids work extremely hard.
They deserve recognition
to represent us. Win, lose, or draw, man, we're proud of them. And so our whole wrestling team, and especially the guys that went to state, thank you for doing justice by our community.
Yep, and to the coaches for pouring into those guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what's next?
Swimming,
I got
man.
it. All right, here we go. I got a long list of things here, so bear with me. All right, Maddie Atwood. She's a senior. I believe she won.
She won
the
state in
50 free.
Yeah, and last year, I don't know what competition, but
I'm going to adjust your mic just a second.
JJ was giving her a hard time. I guess she lost to a freshman last year.
Uh-huh.
So JJ was giving her a pretty rough time in class for it.
Oh, really?
Saying, like, you lost to a little kid, like this and that. But it's pretty good to see she won.
I would have liked to have seen JJ and her swim, and then see who's making fun of who.
That's right. That we could raise money for that.
I mean, hey, I mean, we little Allie, she swam.
Yeah,
dude, it's dedication, and it ain't easy. Anyway, so she won state in the 50 free. Go Maddie Atwood. We got. These are going to be state qualifiers, okay, for Class 1, and I have no idea how they classify it. Camille Johnson, she's a senior. She qualified for the 100 breaststroke. Lauren Hammonds is a senior. She qualified for diving. Now, that's another thing I know zero about.
Yeah.
Elena Potter, she's a sophomore, qualified for the 53. Maya Kite, she's a freshman, qualified for the 100 free and the 100 backstroke. I don't know, she's really been working hard for trying to qualify for that backstroke. So our 200 Melody Relay team consisted of Maya Kite, Camille Johnson, Maddie Atwood, and Elena Potter. And those girls set the Big 8 conference record for that event this year. So congratulations. That's a big deal. It looks, I keep seeing a lot of the same names on some of these teams and stuff. There's an Allison Hazen who was a part of a 200 free relay team. Another Elise Martin, she was on the 400 free relay team. Okay, so Maddie Atwood, she did win the 50 free, and she took 5th in the 100 fly, which in my opinion is the hardest stroke there is. It's so awkward.
Is that the one where you're doing like this?
Yeah. It's a timing. Yeah, that was really good form. I think we should get you in the pool doing that. So anyway, congratulations to our girls. It's really impressive to send that many people up and to do well. So I felt like we needed to show them gals some love because it takes a lot to do that.
It does, and so Maddie Atwood placed. I've lost two. Oh, it's you putting on there. Sorry, that's Alicia. We are going to have at least Maddie on next week.
Yep.
And we've already set that up. I wanted her to bring her state champion thing, her medal. And we also, want her to. We need to make. I'm going to go try to make this week a chain gang poster because I want you to come back and sign it. But I want all our athletes that ever played for us that are on the show to come and sign that.
I think that's big.
So having her like a state champion on there. We're also talking about having as many of the swimming girls on there if we can. We're going to try to set that up.
The logistics gets a little hairy, trying to find a place, and
gets hard.
We'll work on it.
But we will at least have the state champion on the show next week. She trying to get her. It'll be a 7:45 show next week, so it'll be a little bit later, but it'll be exciting. So
it's my fault. It's okay.
It is not your fault. You saved lives, man.
It's my fault.
Eric Holmes says, hey there, fellas. I did not wear my glasses tonight, guys, so if I messed that up. So, but, yeah, congrats to our swimmers. That is another, though, and because Allie swam, that is another thing. I remember when I was in the Army, we used to go in the weight room and we'd lift as much as we can, and we'd go run 5 miles. We had this guy come in to set us up with a training program, and he had every Friday you're in the pool. Mm-hmm. And I remember seeing that, and I'm like laughing. I'm like, okay, we're in the pool. I mean, here I'm benching and squatting as much as I can. Didn't think you could sweat in the pool. It was horrendous. And I got to where I hated Fridays for a while because he ran us through the courses.
It's intense, man.
So
swimming's hard.
It's hard. It's very hard. So
Patrick, you probably float with that hair. It probably just like a bobber. Keep you up above water.
I'm a very weak swimmer. I've never been good at
swimming. So muscle does not float.
No, fat does. I mean, so if I fall out of the boat, I don't even get a life jacket. Good. I'm just sitting there floating until
Patrick's going to sink to the bottom.
I usually sink. I just doggy paddle. That's all I know.
So if we could do 2 challenges, and we could even call JJ right now and ask him. But I see 2 fundraisers here.
I do too.
JJ O'Neill versus Maddie Atwood.
In 100 free.
In 100 free.
Not 50.
And of course,
because I want him to have to make the turn.
Yes. And then also I can't read this if you can, Patrick. Gosh, I'm getting it.
It says, congratulations to our freshman girls, Elise Martin and Allison
Hazen.
There may be more, but those are my girls. Proud of them.
Oh. That's from Eric Holmes. So,
there you go.
Very good. We're very excited about them. So, 2 challenges that we've got tonight, JJ O'Neill versus
Maddie Atwood at 100 free.
100 free. I think that raises some good money.
Yep.
And the whole wig challenge. Now you're going to be like, Mom, I got on this show and they bullied me into doing this. I'm never going on the chain gang again.
My mom would be more worried about it than me. She loves my hair. Every time I bring up what's in my hair.
Do we need to get Mom to sign off on it first?
Nah.
Okay.
It's very good. She'd approve.
Barry, I have the old man readers in the car, and I got busy. And thank you though for pointing out that I am definitely old. And no, but 2 great challenges. I think we hook those up and we make those a live stream event.
Yeah, and
get it done.
Again, to
raise money
to raise money for a good cause, trying to help some people.
I think you just want to wear the wig, honestly.
I think he does too. I think he does it. I mean,
if you don't want me to wear the wig, I won't. I don't care.
Here's what I'm more concerned is that he will wear the wig on the show, but everywhere. I think he'll be like, John, you guys ready to go out for dinner tonight? And he's all fixing his beautiful curly locks.
Yeah, man.
So, all right, here we go. Let's move on. High school boys basketball. We had 2 big games this week. Hillcrest, which was a fabulous game, came down to the wire.
Just came up short. That was like one of the faster paced games we've played. Usually we play at like a slower pace.
I like them up and down games.
Well, I learned a few things in that game. You know, Stephen Ray and I call the girls basketball, so that's, time consuming in itself. But to go to the boys basketball, you called a game the other night.
Yeah. You knocked it out of the park. Just killed it.
You did good. I got so many messages about that. But the things that I noticed in that game is J.J. O'Neill doesn't leave off with his leadership in football. He brought that to the court. Yeah. He gets the players motivated. He got the crowd excited with a fabulous dunk there. Who fed him the ball?
I think Tayson ooped him. They've tried to run the play like multiple times.
Yeah.
It's never even came close to working, but
I thought it was Tayson. Perfectly. I mean, it's one of those moments a lot of people say, John, you need to, when you're doing games, be more professional and don't scream it. I'm sorry.
Who told you that?
I get it from time to time.
In person, when that happens, it's really just instincts to start screaming and jumping.
Oh man.
Okay, so John, I want you to call the next game emotionless, just completely monotone.
So let me
no inflection in your voice, nothing, just straight.
I actually threw the headset off in there, and then I picked it back up, and I'm like, I don't do that. But here's how it'd go. Oh, Pranger, nice oop. JJ, nice dunk. That's good for 2.
And they're back down to play defense.
I like the emotion. I remember rewatching our football games, like in Castro when I had that big hit. Just
But see, that's how this whole thing started. Was Ryan and I doing the chains, but also because in the chains it's hard because you're not supposed to root.
You're really not supposed to.
The refs they'll hem you up a little bit if we say, oh yeah, high five you guys or do whatever. But we watch college football. And we were watching some game one day. I don't remember. And our wives are sitting there and eating. And of course, they're huge fans too. So,
oh yeah, Stephanie's like the biggest hog fan on the planet. She eats, sleeps, and breathes the hogs, man.
Yeah, but I mean, they are big fans. They come in, they enjoy it, and they go. But we were sitting there talking, and they're like, "You guys should do your own podcast or something." So 3 years ago, I think that was, we decided, man, that would be fun if one person watches us or 1,000, which. 1,000, million, whatever. But anyways, good game. But what I was going to say is you don't put Ross in a corner past the
I thought you were going to say
you don't put baby in
the corner.
Well, kind of just like you don't put baby in the corner. You don't put Ross in the corner past the 3-point line and expect him not to make it. That dude drills the toughest shot in basketball all day.
Tayson's been shooting pretty good too.
That game I called, he lit it up.
Yeah.
He was lighting it up.
With
Hollister?
It was a Hollister.
Yeah,
he was filling it up from deep.
I watched that game live. I was at work.
Yeah.
You got Hunter Lewis back, which is good because, we had run into them and we were worried about, his injury in the blue and gold, I believe. Daniels he is so fun to watch. But Bryant, man, he don't care. You could be 8'12", and he's gonna go 8 foot. I'm making a reference to you could be the biggest man ever. he is going to take it to the hole if he has an opportunity.
Yeah.
And that guy makes some just crazy, incredible shots.
He's strong too.
Yeah.
Like just naturally strong. Like he like obviously works out, but like he doesn't really power lift or much. But he's just like is just naturally strong.
Can you tell that me and John work out?
For sure.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Who am I leaving out on the basketball team? I know I'm leaving people out.
You got Tayson.
Tayson. I mean, I think I hit we have other players that come in and do phenomenal. And I apologize because I've been super impressed. Here's what I've been impressed about our boys is we lost some players to transfer last year. We lost an amazing senior class last year. We knew we were going to be younger in some aspects. We needed JJ to step up and do his thing this year. JJ absolutely has. Our younger players, though, if you watch them from the beginning of the year, not that they were bad, but they have pulled ahead of where I think every expectation they have exceeded by far from what I figured they'd be at the end of the year. Almost beat Ozark in the blue and gold.
And in basketball, the jump from JV to varsity is like way different than other sports. Like it's so much faster paced, and like you're just around bigger people.
I want to make one more comment. Are you guys wrapping up basketball?
Well, I'm done with it.
Okay, good. So I know a referee, like personally, and he and I were talking the other day, and he said that Coach Schaefer, he said, if you have to win one game with any team, he said, I would want Coach Schaefer to be the head coach. He's watched him coach for years now, and he thinks that he is the best coach in the entire area in the way that he is able to manipulate a game and take players out of games. So I just say that to say that this is a guy that's been a ref for a long time, and he knows the game, and he made that comment about your coach here at LR. So I just feel like the people should know what kind of a coach he is.
So this is old school. I'm going back old school with this question. If you could name one coach, I hope he doesn't kill me for saying this, that he reminds you of in the NBA, old school to today, who would that coach be?
Old school NBA. I'm not a big NBA guy.
Greg Popovich, maybe.
That would be a good one. I could see that one. I'm going to go even older. Well, same time frame, kind of. Pat Riley. Me and Alicia, we were saying Pat Riley, and you know why? Pat Riley was this kind of, to me, and I never rooted for his teams ever, but he carried himself in a classy manner, and he was one heck of a coach.
Yeah.
And I always look at Coach Schaefer, sorry, I don't like using, but I always look at him and say, just like you said, I heard someone else say that this week. I won't name his name because he'll be mad at me. That he wins games.
He wins games.
So.
And he's not playing, but what we're saying is he is a good enough coach to manipulate a game with his players to win games.
He's a winner.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just going to throw that out there.
Well, that's a good compliment.
Hey, thanks, man.
And you got it. And my last thing, because I was going to say this.
I thought you were done.
No, one more thing, because I'm piggybacking off what you said. You got to worry about coaches like that.
Yeah.
Because he could, in my opinion, that guy could coach anywhere he wants right now. Mm-hmm. And you got to say, man, I hope we hold him for as long as we can.
I want him right here.
So good point, man. I like that. Pat Riley, Coach Schaefer. There you go. So
we love you, man.
Talk about the girls basketball. A few things, and we talked about Gracie Kibbe's 1,000th point on the last game.
Were you there for that, Patty?
I was not. I had work.
Man, I was there.
If you want to go watch it, and we go.
I haven't.
That was shot by Stephanie or Ryan. It was shot by him. I would have said you all day. That was great, man. You captured that.
A great play she made. It was incredible.
And I just went blank. East Newton played them. I'm going blank on the day. Was it Tuesday? Wednesday? Okay. We did so many games last week, but we ended up winning that game. And it was a neck and neck game to the end. But I got to tell you, the same way with the boys, like this team has just fought hard all year long and done some amazing things. I think they're going to be scary good in districts, which starts Saturday at Mountain Grove. So I think they're going to be scary good. I got to tell you, Allie Eisenhower has been an addition that she didn't play last year. She has made the difference. Gracie Kibbe, we all know the name. Chase Barron has been a huge contributor. Lauren Williams, we've had her. Unfortunately, she came back at the beginning of the year and then got hurt again, I think. And then so she's played some limited minutes. Kiara Clark, who, man, she's so fun to watch because she's tough as nails. She's so
scary.
Sweet.
Yeah. And, like, one thing I don't think, like, the girls' basketball team, they've had a new head coach the past 4 years.
Yeah, that'd be hard.
So that's, like, a lot of adversity to try to, like, every new season, a new coach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it has. And you know what's exciting, though, with that is we got Coach Watts. And we've talked to him numerous times. His heart and his soul is in LR girls basketball.
That's good.
And so, you know, like I said, I think we're going to be scary good going into districts. I think we're going to be that team you overlook and you're going to be like, man, I'm sitting at home now while they advance. So we got that coming up. One of my favorite players to watch is, and I didn't even really watch her ever until last year, was Chayla Perry this year. She's come in. I would say if you give the 6-man award, she's got to be one of the ones that's highly considered for it. But it was funny because we were interviewing post-game interview with Allie Eisenhower the other night.
Yeah.
And I said, so I got to set up Chayla. Like, she does not care. She's been elbowed in the face, bloodied. She she got upended, fell on her head and neck in a central game, jumped up, got the rebound. She's starting to score a lot more, but I don't even care if she scores. She reminds me, I told her in the interview, you remind me of Dennis Rodman on the court, not off the court. But anyways, I was
big point,
huge
point,
because I didn't want her to Google Dennis Rodman and be like, what in the world, Judd? Like this guy. But anyways, she reminds me of Dennis Rodman. You know, he may not score any points, but he's got 40 rebounds.
Right.
So anyways, I'm interviewing Allie Eisenhower, and we're talking about some of the other players. They had a really good night. And I look over to Allie, and I just make this joke, and I said, dude, does Chayla Perry scare you? And she started laughing. She goes, no. I was like, she scares me. I said, I would not want to meet her in a back alley because I'd run. She scares me. Uh-huh. So I got to play this clip because never did I dream Chayla had heard that. So here you go.
On a million different times, I guarantee you, from the Chain Gang show to we'll call you basketball games for the next couple of years. But anyways, we appreciate you. This is the first time I think we've talked to you. But well-deserved young lady that's going to do a ton of amazing things for us here going forward. So any last words?
Want to meet in the back alley?
Oh, my God.
Oh, she's heard.
She's heard it, right?
Heard.
You know I'm scared of you, right?
I've never honestly, I mean, you and I don't get caught, lose words or anything very often. I'm like, I was not, and it was so funny because she gives this, if you go back, if you watch it, she gives this devious look to like Steven, want to meet in a back alley? And I'm like, no. So, man, she's going to
say she better watch your back, man.
Right? So I've hired some bodyguards, some protection.
Good. You need them.
But anyways, it was a great interview, but she's going to be a great player going forward for LR. So anything else on high school sports, man? I will tell you, we got Hunter Lewis coming on here in a few weeks. We've got the swim team coming on, or some of them hopefully next week. Hunter Lewis, a big basketball player, also huge baseball contributor for us. So it's going to be a fun interview to talk to him. And we got baseball and track coming up, so it's exciting. So
yeah.
All right. Anything else?
I think the future's bright for Wildcat Athletics.
You going to come back and watch some games with us?
100%.
Awesome.
Better.
I can't wait to come watch the football games next year.
Oh, man.
Do you ever get mad at us that we called you
Bulldozer?
Well, so Bulldozer would be the name because we nickname a lot of the football players. In the beginning of the season, I said Bulldozer, but show us what we should have called you. Come on, you got to do it at least once.
I got a hoodie on.
Okay.
The Camino flex.
This kid was so funny because you got inspired, going through the school. And not that you weren't inspired to start, but
yeah.
I remember the very first big hit I saw you just turned around and you just flexed. And so we started just saying that's the Camino flex. Then there was one game, and I don't remember what game it was, that you laid a smack on somebody. And
I know what it was. It was
it Marsh? No.
I think it was Hollister.
Hollister.
I glitched off the edge and sacked their quarterback, and it was a third down. It was a big third down, and I just got up and I looked up at you guys and was just flexing as hard as I could.
So we were like, wow, that's pretty special. So, hey, we're going to, real quick, before we move on, we're going to talk about a few of our other sponsors that are, once again, help our show. Real Beef Direct. If you want the best tasting beef, all you have to do is get online, order it. They give you a code. You go pick it up.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, Ryan.
Yeah.
Friday
let me tell
night,
you all about it.
Friday night, I ordered 30 pounds of hamburger and was it 8 steaks or something like that? You better get to my house before I eat all 8 steaks because I got you several steaks last time and I ate them all. So.
Exactly.
I went there the other day. I had to pick up some meat that my mom ordered. It's like a bunch of steaks.
Awesome, man. See? I mean, they're good, are they not?
Mm-hmm. It was really good.
We got also we got Blue Sky Land and Lawnscape. They did a tremendous job. We talked about them last week over the snowstorms.
Yeah.
Kyle's got some amazing equipment now and does amazing jobs. If you need snow removal, we're coming up on the landscape season. So if you got some landscaping needs, give them a call. MDP Motors, man, they continue. Their short buses are selling. So if you need one, they don't have very many left. You better get up there and get you a short bus. We need one. And then also B&B Well and Pump. So we don't have a well, but if you have a well, those issues. Your well goes out.
You need a pump.
You need a pump. So
call them up.
They're huge. B&B Well and Pump. They're huge supporters of Wildcat Athletics. Not only do they support this show, but so many other sports programs. So guys shop local. All these guys are local.
Support your local community.
They're amazing, are they not?
Oh, yeah.
So when I get a well someday, he's the one I'm calling.
Yep. Well, we're going to be looking for one.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, there you go. Because you're
it's
going to be building you a little house.
It's in the plan.
So, all right. Had a few topics that we wanted to cover. I want to bring up the Olympics real quick.
Who's playing?
I don't know. I think it's
score?
Arkansas versus. It's over. I got to say this, and I want to be honest. I'm not knocking anybody that's a Winter Olympic fan. I'm a so Winter Olympic fan.
Yeah.
But when Summer Olympics come on, I watch every second.
Yeah.
Why is that? Is it just because we live in the Midwest?
It's cold, man.
Well,
it's cold.
I don't identify with a lot of it for some reason. Now, I like the figure skating. We watched the girls' figure skating was weird this year with all the controversies and stuff. I like the hockey, but I'll tell you what I love, Ryan.
I know what you love, buddy, because I love it too.
It's the curling.
You dang right it is.
Why? Okay, I want to see if your answer is the same as mine. Why do you love curling so much?
Because I don't know. Because it looks like I could be an Olympic
There
athlete.
you go, right? You look at those guys; they're built like guys that grow their hair to their shoulders.
Yep. Just want a beer.
Just want a beer and then some chicken wings, and I feel like I could do it.
I think we could bring Patty on too, because there's usually like a team of 3, right?
Is that the sport where you like sweep the ice?
Yes.
Yeah.
That does look intense. I'm not gonna lie.
Are you going to be on our team?
Yeah, I'll be the guy sweeping the ice.
We are seriously looking
team
into
chain
it.
gang. I'm going to call Jordan Valley and see if we can get some ice rented.
Yeah.
And see if we can't get us a little court and get us a little league going. You in?
That sounds fun.
Doesn't
I
it
didn't know.
sound fun?
You think there's people that curl around here?
Nobody does, but with that's no excuse.
But what's the chance? Okay,
We'll start it.
That's what I'm saying.
Say like we don't understand anything about the game, but we learn it. We have 4 years. There's no running. You probably don't get up in the morning and run 5 miles and get ready for this, right? You basically probably show up, put on your fancy little I'm not if you're a curler, we're kind of halfway joking here, but
Not really.
but I feel like I could do it.
I think you could. I will say they're really flexible.
Yeah.
I mean, because they're so low down to the ice when they're
Pushing it, yeah.
So yeah. And those little sweeper guys. Okay, so here's my biggest fear about curling, though. What if our wives found out we could sweep? And she's in the hallway and she's like screaming at me, and I'm like, or Patrick, I don't know if you're a girlfriend or you get married someday, but they'll figure out, man. Look
You
at
can't do that around the house.
There you go.
It happened with my brother came down from Jersey, and he had no more laundry left. And we were like telling him, because he wore like the same pants 2 days in a row. We're like, do your laundry. And he's like, if I do my laundry, then my wife will figure out I can do laundry.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe I should try that.
I want to give you one marriage trip. What am I trying to say? One marriage tip. There you go. When Alicia needs a new washer dryer, I go get the one that looks like NASA Space Center. And then when she says, do the laundry, I'm like, babe, that takes a really smart person to be able to.
Technology nowadays. I can't figure it out.
I don't know what that is. That's weird. I'm obviously going to mess something up. You better do it.
So if you're listening and you're watching or you watch it later and you would be interested in doing a curling league in Springfield, hit us up and let us know just if you're interested or not.
The Chain Gang Curling League, and we will.
We
could probably sponsor that.
We could. We would have to have some kind of I don't know what the number would be like per team, just so we could get shoes and the rocks and all the stuff that we could play.
Yeah.
But I think this is.
What does a tryout look like for the Olympic team, though? What do you got to be able to do?
I don't have a clue, man.
Okay, I think that's a great question.
The people who sweep the ice, it looks more intense than
It
the actual
does.
pushing.
Yeah.
Because they're going as fast as they can.
Hopefully, we don't have any curlers out there we're offending. I've never met a curler in my life.
I never have either. I'd love to meet one.
But so I would love to do curling, and I'd love to just one time do the luge. I just want to go down at one time. And so maybe I try to go to a qualifier and say, yeah, I'm a professional luger. And I borrow someone's luge and I don't care what happens. I just want to go down that track once.
Okay. You may not come back.
That's it. That's it. So yeah, I kind of felt lackluster, and I remember sitting at home the last Summer Olympics, and my whole family's in the OU room, and all we're screaming, and we're seriously screaming this, not to be funny. We're like, USA, USA.
Getting patriotic on us.
Yeah, I don't get that same.
You know what else I like watching? I will say I like watching some of the speed skating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And when they crash, that's crazy because they go flying.
they do. Yeah.
So I do like watching that a little bit, but I haven't really watched any. I don't know how the U.S. did. I don't know where we finished in the medal count.
I think we finished 5th in the medal count, and Norway for the first time won the medal count in any Olympic.
But
I
don't know.
when I think Olympics, I just think of track,
Yeah.
Summer Olympics.
Yeah. Well, to me, and the other side of it too is I think the summer athletes are promoted a lot better than the winter athletes.
They probably are. I
So-
agree with that.
I like the soccer. Ballard asked me all the time how often I watch soccer, and I was like every 4 years, or when LR's playing. But
I've asked him several times. I'm just waiting for the invite to come watch your team play, Ballard. I still haven't been invited, so I don't know what to tell you, man. I ain't inviting myself.
no, we're not. We're not those kind of people. So
Soccer
I'm trying to
has
pull up.
the FIFA World Cup, which is it's
I
not the
watch
Olympics,
that.
but
Yeah.
that's intense.
I
That's
do watch that.
In other countries, soccer's
It's the biggest
it's
sport in the
deep.
world.
Yeah.
A white boy showed up. Hey, white boy. What's up, man?
Oh, okay, yeah, I agree.
What are we doing?
All right, Patrick came in. We're talking about topics, and he had a topic he wanted to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the Michigan fight?
It was on today, wasn't it?
Yeah. What was his name? Juwan Howard?
Juwan Howard, the coach from
Threw
the
a-
Fab Five.
It was more of a slap, but he slapped the Wisconsin assistant coach because Wisconsin called a timeout with 15 seconds left, and they were up by 13 or something. So then after the game, he went up to the head coach and was like, "I'm gonna remember that," and then it just got heated from there, and he ended up slapping the assistant head coach, and then the players started to fight.
To his defense, though, you go back and watch the video. The Wisconsin assistant coach did touch him,
Yeah, they both had their hands on each other.
and I think he put his poked him with his finger or something.
But that's not the first time that's happened with Juwan Howard.
Well, you go back and watch him play at Michigan. You watch that team play at, the Fab Five from Michigan back in the day. They were intense like that. What's your take on that, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm just sitting here kind of processing everything.
The emotions of a coach.
Yeah, I get it, but a guy in that position getting paid that much money to lead young men, not to just play basketball, but to be men, I don't see how you keep him. I don't know how you keep him.
And that's not the first time something like that has happened. And he also post-game conference, he didn't apologize or anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just feels like
It'd be
I
hard
don't
for
know.
him to keep his job.
I didn't
feel.
see it, but it sounds like based on the way y'all described it, like I don't know that would have been warranted.
Yeah. So
Because look what happened after, right? The team started fighting. I mean,
Yeah.
so that was the example that was set, and then they followed suit. Basically, is the way I see it.
I agree with you. Here's my thing is like as a coach or, a dad or, when you're leading anybody, whether it's young people or your employees or whatever, you should never put yourself in a position to say that I can do this, but you can't.
Right.
Like you should be able to do every job they do, but at the same time you set an example.
Yeah, like you have to lead by example.
That's right. And so going out there and getting in the ref's face till you get a technical, 100% great with that. Like you can draw a technical, that's your job. Sometimes inspire the coaches. How many, I even like it when the high school coaches get sideline warnings and stuff like that because they're sticking up for their players.
Yeah.
Putting your hands on someone in a game, no, never good.
No, that's bad.
Like I get he's passionate about what he does, but like that's just too far.
I bet he's not going to be around.
And I feel like even if he does stay around, he's going to get like a healthy suspension and fine.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah. Poor form, Juwan Howard.
So we want to end by talking about something that was, I guess, a few topics I think are a little bit controversial from the Super Bowl show. Had good time with the Whites and our aunt and uncle over at our house, and had some good food, some good laughs, good game. I thought overall great game.
Yeah.
But everyone on Rogersville Residents Uncensored posted about the halftime show this week, and I think it's a great conversation. So I personally, I love the halftime show. It was from my era. That was the music now, believe me, I did not listen to that music growing up because my parents would have not let me listen to it. But as I got older, I mean, we had an opener with Eminem at one time. Like,
Yeah, we did.
We're not condoning the bad language in there, but those are icons for music in those respective genres. And so you kind of had the leading, it's funny because, man, I saw their ages. I'm like, golly, I'm getting old, So it was funny because someone posted a meme that said, under 30, you didn't know who they were. Over 50, you hated them. Everyone in the middle loved them.
Yep.
I loved the halftime show. When I heard it, I turned the TV up. I thought it was pretty good.
You were having a party? Were
I
you
was.
dancing?
I thought it was really good because like I'm just used to like one person performing like their best songs, but there was so many different people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You said something good pre-show
What was that?
about your take on it.
Oh, I don't remember what it was.
You're overachieved or something. What you underestimated them or something.
I did. I'm going to eat crow because I said before it even happened, I said I think it's going to be terrible. I don't think anybody's going to be able to understand anything they're saying, and it was actually really good. So I'll eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I have seen some people that, they don't like it or they didn't think it. There was more to it. Like, so Dr. Dre, all those people that were performing, including him, they're all from Los Angeles.
Yeah.
He got all of them started. The Super Bowl was in Los Angeles. LA was in the Super Bowl. So, I mean, it was really cool kind of how it all
It was
came
like
together.
for the culture. Almost
Yeah,
like
it
the
was really
Los
neat.
Angeles culture.
I thought it was cool.
I liked it.
I
If you
said it was going to suck, and it didn't.
I'm a little probably different than most people. There's not like I can do like old school country is some of my favorites. I can do rap. I can do rhythm and blues. What am I trying to say? R&B. There you go. Sorry.
Yeah.
I can do hard rock. I don't care. I appreciate all styles of music. I mean, I listen to Italian classical music sometimes.
Really?
Yes, I enjoy it. I think it's pretty neat. So when people come on there, most of the time I identify with them. You were saying last year they had not Nicki Minaj, but
The Weeknd was
The Weeknd, and then I was like, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
I didn't even remember who it was until y'all told me.
If
I
you-
really forgot.
If you had on George Strait next year, and you had on Toby Keith, and you had on all those guys, there'd be a whole contingent of people saying, "Oh, that's the worst show. It's so boring."
Yeah.
The funny thing is, they always kind of do it to where it kind of caters to a different group of people.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
like I can listen to most music, but like not to offend anyone, I cannot stand country music. I've
jeez.
never liked country
I
music.
tell you what.
It just to me it's like all just like
I
a
tell
guitar.
you what.
I don't know. I can listen to some country songs, but like very few. Like Old Town Road by no, I'm just playing.
That's not.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
And that was Patrick Comito. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming on today.
No, I get it, man. Because and I would say the only reason I listened to country music was I once had a truck that only had the only station on it back when you can only listen to the radio was country. So kind of got me into it. But I want to bring up one more thing about the Super Bowl and I'm not a Chiefs fan. I don't really even have an NFL team I like, but I heard so many comments from the talking heads leading up to the Super Bowl about Joe Burrow. If he wins the Super Bowl, he is the next great Tom Brady or, Peyton Manning or something like that. And my question to everybody was, didn't we say that about Patrick Mahomes? And doesn't he deserve that credit more than some guy that
the thing with Joe Burrow, like, it's been like that since college. So they played UCF in the Fiesta Bowl, I do believe. And Joe Burrow got lit up after he threw an interception. And then after that, he didn't lose a game since. And then when he won the national championship, of course, he smoked a cigar. And everyone was like, oh, he's the dude. And then he tore his knee up his first season. And then this season, the Bengals were only projected to go, 3-14. And the Bengals got a lot of heat for drafting Jamar because they wanted an O-line, which, as you could tell, they needed. But, the fact that he just carried that team to a Super Bowl, I feel like that's why everyone's, buzzing about him.
I mean, I would say at this point, you all need to just stop talking about Joe Burrow being
Joe Shiesty?
Whatever.
Joe
Yeah.
Cool? Joe
He doesn't have a big enough body of work. He did not even start at LSU until his senior year.
I'm a Joe Burrow fan.
I can't stand him because he played at LSU, and
That's how I
hate
feel about
LSU.
Patrick Mahomes because my family's from New Jersey, New York, so I'm a Giants fan, which is
Oh.
hard. So I'm just not. I've never been a big Chiefs fan.
I get that.
Anyway, I don't like Joe Burrow. I think people need to slow the roll. Patrick Mahomes has at least been in the league long enough now, and he has repeatedly made it to the championship games.
I only hate watching Patrick Mahomes because if you're not a Chiefs fan and you watch him, he just always finds a way to win, and it's just annoying.
That's awful.
Always.
It's just terrible.
I don't think he's a bad player or anything. It's just there's 13 seconds left in the championship game with the Bills. You're like, okay, finally, Patrick Mahomes lost a game. And then with 13
And
seconds,
then he wins
drives his team down the field and wins it.
So what drove me crazy this year, I watched 2 games because I'm kind of over the NFL, but they do not run the ball enough.
Yeah.
And they have talent to do it, and I don't like it that they don't. It's
Yep.
ridiculous.
There's very
That's
few
all I'm gonna
teams
say.
that are run
That's all I'm
heavy
gonna
in the
say.
NFL.
I think you said it best. Oh, I didn't plug in. Can you? Never mind. We're about to end. I didn't. I think you said it best, Ryan, when you say collective group of work.
Yeah, body of work.
I'm not like you. I loved the Joe Burrow
I
story.
can't stand him.
I thought a guy that went from Ohio State to LSU didn't do very well his first season at LSU, and then come out and played like he played. I love that. I like the cigar at the end of it. I like that confidence. I like that he brought the Bengals to the Super Bowl this year.
Did you see what he showed up in?
Yes.
Did you
mean,
like that?
I loved it.
I do too, because I like that swagger.
It's just he has the swag.
You just don't like him. If it was,
I don't like him because he played at LSU. That's it. I don't care.
But that's what I'm saying.
that
I mean,
that LSU team was loaded too.
they were good.
Yeah, they were stacked.
Everyone's in the NFL doing.
I mean, I could have looked that good with that
LSU
many
Bengals,
weapons.
Yeah.
But I cheer for him because we're losing those type of quarterbacks in the NFL. Peyton Manning's gone. Drew Brees is gone. You got Ben Roethlisberger gone. I know a lot of people didn't like him, but he was that quality quarterback. Tom Brady may be gone. I mean, all those guys are gone, and we're not replacing them with good, solid quarterbacks.
That's an
I feel like
interesting
now.
take.
I feel like it's an athletic quarterback era.
Yeah, it's
Almost
changed.
all coming up quarterbacks are dual threat.
Yep.
You're right.
Well,
And the game's evolved. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a product of how the game has changed.
You got a quarterback that can throw it a country mile and then dust you. It's insane.
Yeah, I'm not doing this because John loves him, but Baker Mayfield, he is that guy. He can throw it and he can run it.
I don't understand all the hate around Baker Mayfield. The Browns finally got themselves a franchise quarterback, and then he has one bad season, and the whole fan base just
That's
to
the
tear him
Browns
down.
for you.
yeah, he struggled. I mean, he's to me, and I'll say this, and I love the guy. Of course, we got a dog named after him. So he wasn't. Sometimes passion overrides sanity.
Yeah.
And he got hurt the second game of the
He
season.
was banged up all season.
Yeah.
Right?
And there's times where you say, is this better for the team for me to sit out and let someone else take over so I can recover and come on? I didn't like that decision. I think he's where he's at because of that decision. I think he'll be a great quarterback in the league, but he's got a lot of growing and learning to do. But he will be. I think he'll be great. Either that or a great backup. So,
John, can you tell the folks out there how many dogs you have?
well, I now have 3 after 2 weeks ago.
And can you just, for everyone out there, let everyone know the names of your dogs?
Well, I got Sam Bradford, which we call her Sammy, Heisman winner for OU. I got Baker Mayfield, which we call Baker Mayfield, Heisman winner for OU. And I recently got I've always had labs, and I got a small little Boston Terrier, the ugliest face I've ever seen on a dog.
Yeah, and what's his name?
Kyler Murray.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, so I love him.
It must be hard to be an OU fan right now.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, it's not. That's a whole different show, though, dude. So.
Yeah.
Hey, we're about to lose power because old Johnny forgot to plug in the computer before we started. So,
No.
Any-
We're at that hour.
yeah, we're right there.
You're always about that hour. I'm not.
Anything you want to leave us with?
Hey, how much battery you got
We'll
on
just
it?
talk fast.
Oh, I was just going to ask Patrick, like, what are you doing? Like, you're fixing to graduate. Where are you going? What are you trying to do? Just give it to us.
Right now, my plans are to go to Arkansas with my brother, which me and my brother are pretty close, so that's good. But right now, I don't do.
Am I doing it right?
Big
dogs,
CD. That's right.
Yeah, but I plan on going there and then just being down there. But right now, I just do my schoolwork, go to work. I work at Lucy's here in town, so
Oh,
it's an easy job. Can't complain.
that's awesome.
Do you know what you want to do when you're all grown up?
No, I just
Okay.
know I'm
Just
majored
figuring
in
it out.
business.
Yeah.
Okay. You'll figure it out, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to remind everybody, we are going to film a promo. If we can talk this young man into it, and I guess probably need some parental consent or something.
$1,000 and all but.
How old are you?
I'm 17.
Oh,
I'll
probably need some waivers from mom and dad or something.
be,
But
I'm 18 next month.
He doesn't have to
Yeah.
have a waiver to get a haircut.
well, I mean, I don't know the legality with stuff, but he said he's 18 next month. Gives us a month to raise $1,000.
it.
I actually have a haircut scheduled for Tuesday.
Don't do
We
it.
won't get it.
I know I might not have
Don't
to cancel
do
it
it.
now.
Cancel it.
Hold on a minute.
Yeah,
I have time. I might just cancel it.
cancel it.
I might do some Dennis Rodman with my hair. Bleach it.
Oh,
Put some colors in it.
No,
Wait,
he
whoa,
wants your
whoa, whoa.
haircut just like
No,
that.
I want it
I
all
meant after I
natural.
buzz it and give it to you.
No,
While
I
my
want it
hair's
all
done.
natural.
Okay.
Them locks of love.
Well, guys, we appreciate you watching. Ryan, you got anything left, man?
I don't. I need a shower.
Big show next week. Ryan worked his tail off all day today, but
Yep.
big show next week. We want to thank one of
Patty.
our favorites for
Patty.
coming on, and we'll see you next Sunday,
Take care,
7:45.